What's up everybody, welcome back. Today we are kind of just going over the rear main seal. I'm gonna get that replaced since it's already out, the transmission. And then second off, we're gonna figure out the wiring to the fuse box because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with the hot battery terminal and why it's getting so hot. So let me show you why I think that. As you can see right here, there's two like audio cables, and I bet you they're super thin and they're not the greatest quality. Anyways, you follow them to here, and I tried to tighten them up in a couple of videos ago, trying to get them as tight as I can, but I'll show you. As you can see, I tried tightening them up, but they're barely making a connection in there. And this terminal isn't the best like quality. I like these terminals, however, there are better quality ones. This is like a cheap plated, I don't know, but I can just tell it's not good quality. Those wires are barely in there, so it's not getting a full connection, which is creating a lot of resistance to the fuse box. But a lot of people just upgrade to a larger single wire on the fuse box, and that's kind of what I want to do. So I got to remove the fuse box, of course, and that intercooler pipe, since we are no longer using it when we go front mount. So let's just take it apart. So my GoPro died and the furnace is running because it is cold out. But so from my understanding is you have two stock white wires, which are these, and then I don't know why these are here. Not to do some research on that, but yeah, just looking at this, I don't know what they did, because you can see under there, right here, like it's multiple wires and it looks like a mess. And my horn would always go off randomly even when I'm not in the car, so I can probably tell you why, because of this wiring mess. I don't know. I'll have to look at the horn circuit and see what's going on, but these cheap little wires need to go. DSMtalk.com. One wire is to feed the fuse box from the battery, the other one is to feed the battery from the alternator. There's a little fuse box at the battery where they hook up. Most DSMers don't use it, they just remove it and hook up the wires directly to the battery. But I'm sure the alternator is gonna need to be replaced now, since it was overcharging and overworking itself for so long. All right, so people actually upgrade to Tsunami wire when they're running eBay audio cable wire. So I guess it's a good wire to use, it's just discontinued. That furnace wants to be the star of the show today. I had to open up the garage, but either way, it's still gonna be loud. I apologize once again. So I think the best thing to do is probably just trim the wire down, get rid of the stranded bunchiness and grossness, and then just cut it new, get some new terminals, because I don't like those terminals. One of them is already melted. So get new terminals and then just do a cleaner install, and yeah. I managed to get it all closed up. Connections are nice and tight, and clean that up as well. Last time this was all hanging halfway open. You can see all the wires, so I cleaned that up, routed it the correct way, and we should be golden. Alright, so not too bad, just usual wear. Definitely needs resurfaced, so I will take it to the machine shop and get that done. So, but he included 6 bolts, so I got kind of nervous and just counted the holes again. But it is a 7-bolt GSX flywheel. Oh boy. Alright, we just pulled up to Northwest Motor Machine with the girlfriend. But yeah, these guys do all my machine work. They're super good and really good prices. And looky here. That is one good looking flywheel now. So totally resurfaced. They even resurfaced the bolt holes for the pressure plate, which is awesome. So these guys do awesome work. Never had a complaint about them. So looking forward to installing this. But before we can install it, I need to buy a torque wrench because my current one is broke, and I definitely want to get everything within its proper spec. So I'm gonna go buy one of those here soon, and then we'll get to installing the flywheel, clutch, and hopefully transmission. I actually totally forgot, we gotta do the rear main seal before we put the flywheel on. That was the whole point at the beginning of this video that I said what we were gonna do. So go to AutoZone. I'm gonna get another drain pan, that way I can drain the oil out, pick up some Permatex RTV silicone. I think that should be it. And then yeah, we'll let that sit overnight for 24 hours, I think it is, and then we'll install the flywheel tomorrow and the clutch, and then we'll probably do the transmission install in the next video, just so I can wrap this one up. But we are getting close. Not a bad deal. So we got these minus the injector cleaner. We got the fast orange, the funnel, and the ultra black. Well, actually not including the ultra black. So just these three things and the pan was only $6, and then I bought the 2 injector cleaners for $20 towards my credit. So I get $20 just for buying those, and then the ultra black just because we need it. But all in all, not a bad deal. Now we need to go get the torque wrench. Went for the Craftsman torque wrench. Have good luck with them rather than a Husky or other brand, the Cobalt. So Craftsman torque wrench, then the 3/4 12 point for those ARP bolts. And I know most people are against this, using the adapters when you're torquing something to spec. I mean, I should have got the 1/2 inch, but I've never needed any other use for it. Probably gonna regret it. So there is that. And here is our rear main seal, OEM of course. So I don't know if I mentioned it in the last one. I thought that this oil grease in my downpipe video was coming from the rear main, which it's not. It's actually coming from that boot right there. So all that is like grease. So we'll have to get that replaced and probably pack that again. So we will get that replaced as well. But for now, we're gonna get that rear main seal out of there. And if you're watching this video on advice and tips to replace the rear main seal, this is for a 7-bolt. 6 bolts are different, but for a 7-bolt, you should not need to drop the oil pan or remove the housing. You should just be able to pry out the old seal and just hammer and tap in the new one. 6 bolts, however, have an oil separator. It's a metal ring. I'm pretty sure it goes behind it. I'm not sure how that's done. I just know it's a little bit more difficult. So you don't need to drop the oil pan. You don't need RTB. You should just be able to pry out the old one on a 7-bolt and tap in the new one. So yeah, that should be it. So I definitely want to try using like a plastic puller, prior, instead of a metal screwdriver. That way I don't score up the housings. This is pretty soft, so I think I should be able to get it. Just gonna take a little bit of time. Now I'm gonna oil up the new one, and then we'll just slowly kind of tap around it, and hopefully it goes in smooth. So we are looking pretty good. The lip is not like bent or anything, it's not folded back. Went on pretty smooth, just did light taps all the way around, and we are looking good. Wiped it off, oiled it immensely, so drenched it, and then just again slightly tapped it in, but since we did oil it, I know oil got into the threads there, so I'll probably just blow it out and then get some brake cleaner and clean those threads out, so when we go to torque it, we get an accurate spec. Okay, so we got our ARP hardware here. Just a quick note, if you guys are installing these, so it's 95 foot-pounds again, and you're going to use the assembly lube only on the bottom of the head. You do not lube the threads, and you should use some sort of Loctite. I like red, but you can use blue or the new orange stuff. Highly recommend the red though. So guys, I apologize real quick. I thought we would be able to install the clutch pressure plate setup, but we are not. Tried searching for the clutch alignment tool that they supposedly sent me, and I can't find it. So I don't want to try putting on the clutch without an alignment tool. So that's definitely not happening. But we will get the flywheel installed, torqued down, and then next video we will install the manual transmission, and then we will also install the clutch kit. And I think we should be able to wrap it up with mounts and everything. Speaking of which, I need to order a front mount because the front engine mount is like totaled. It's like non-usable at all, and I'll show you. Yeah, that's not good. All right, now that we have our Loctite 271, the red stuff, the good stuff, we're gonna open these up. Like I said, just put a little bit of that assembly lube right underneath the head, and then get some good Loctite, good amount of Loctite on those threads, and then we'll bolt up the flywheel, torque it to spec. Should be good. Got all these hand tighten, finger tight, so I think it's pretty much straight on. Alright, so I just got my ratchet right there with the socket, and it's just wedged in right between there, so it should hold it. So 95, I'm gonna go on 3, which is 31.6, so I'll do 31.5 3 times, and then we should be torqued and fully seated. Now I'm gonna do an even 63. It is torqued down. I will clean it once we get the clutch installed, so I'll wipe it down, brake clean, all that, get all the grease off of it. Once all the grease is gone, we will install the clutch and the manual transmission, get it all mounted in, and we'll start plugging stuff back in the engine bay. Then I think I want to move to the interior now that I'm thinking about it, so we'll move into the interior. But it is nice and straight, all torqued, good to go. So I'm super excited. That's one step done. Now we just need the clutch, install the manual trans, we're good. So that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that you guys learn from things like this, like tips and stuff. I wanna do that. I wanna give back like advice and tips to help you guys out, because I know YouTube is a big thing for me on figuring stuff out, so hopefully I could be one of those guys for you. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. Appreciate it more than you know, and we will see you on the next video.